thing, so that there where pitta is responsible. Okay, I am getting bigger in size, so where there is kapha is responsible. Okay, so that is basic understanding of vata, pitta, kapha. Because today we'll be discussing many other concepts where I'll be using this word so you can understand where I'm talking vata, pitta, kapha. It is basically that software or the blueprint in our body which is governing. So basically a healthier person is the one जिसमें ये तीनों बैलेंस फॉर्म में होते हैं. Okay, so anything excess in it will cause some problem or some diseases. Okay, so बहुत many a times you have felt that in particular season you are feeling sick, or particular month or particular day of time. Okay, so that also has connection, because this kapha, pitta, vata, it has timings. Okay, so we will understand that. So it will also give us great understanding why we should do certain thing at particular period. Okay, so always this is a order. First is kapha, middle is pitta, and end is vata. Okay, so when we say the lifespan or the age, so generally childhood, मतलब बच्चों में ज़्यादा kapha predominant होता है. Okay, children are more predominated by kapha. Okay, adulthood is more predominated by pitta. All three will remain always there. Okay, they are there always, but the predominance is initially the childhood is kapha, adulthood is pitta, and old age is more predominated by vata. That's why older people will have all the basically hair fall, or daat gir rahe hain, they have aches and pains in the body, everything. So everything is creating, sustaining, and destructing. Okay, so you can say the kapha is basically also important for the growth. Okay, if baby is getting bigger in size, there is a kapha predominant. Even the disease what children will face more will be kapha predominant. Okay, adulthood will be pitta predominant, and old age will be vata predominant mainly. Okay, that is that one bifurcation. Another bifurcation, because many people have this question, like particular thing when one should have. Okay, like lunch, if I want to have, till what max time I can have my lunch. Okay, what time I should sleep. All these answers are hidden in this when you understand the timing of kapha, pitta, vata. So basically the day when sun rises and the day begins, that is the first period. Matlab, after sunrise, the first part of the day is kapha period, middle part of the day is the pitta, and the end part of the day before sunset, it is vata. Again, the order is same, always kapha first, pitta second, and vata last. Okay, and same way when night begins. So after sunset, the first part is kapha, middle part is pitta, and the last part is vata before the last part of the night. Okay, so ideally in our olden text, so we have we all know that we should get up at Brahma Muhurat. What is Brahma Muhurat? Brahma Muhurat is 1.5 hours before sunrise. Okay, so that period is the vata period. It is the end part of the night. Okay, so there are some reasons to it and why one should, and what will happen if you do so. Okay, so first of all, if you get up at vata period, that is Brahma Muhurat, okay, before sunrise. Okay, so all the natural elimination process will happen naturally. Okay, like urine and feces and all others, so gases, whatever problems you will have, so it will help, because that is a vata period which will favor the all the elimination in the body. That is also the good period for meditation or your any personal sadhana or any religious practice you want to perform. The weather is also very good, the climate is good overall. Okay, and the environment is peaceful. So that is Brahma Muhurat mein utna, which is 1.5 hours before sunrise. Okay, you can do so that also is a part of dinacharya, because your dinacharya begins with getting up in Brahma Muhurat. Okay, and jisko bhi zyada people are having some digestion related issues, so that can also be resolved if they get up early, especially in that vata oriented period. Now after that vata oriented period has gone, and after sunrise if you're getting up, that is a kapha oriented period. That's why generally people feel lazy after 6 o'clock is gone, or after sunrise, if one is getting up, one will feel that sleep is not enough, or person will feel lazy. Okay, sometimes some other reasons can also be there, but this can be one of the reason, because you are every day getting up in a kapha period. Okay, so kapha is heavy, so you feel that laziness wherever kapha is predominant, that things are there. And another important thing is one has to eat their lunch when sun is at peak, because sun outside is a source of energy and inside is a digestive fire. Okay, so when sun is at peak, even our digestive fire is also at peak. So if you are eating at that time, maximum by 1 o'clock, okay, so that is a pitta predominated period. So basically it will also help us to digest our food in a better way. Okay, if you are eating your lunch by 3:30, 4 o'clock, it will not serve the purpose, in the sense it will help you, but this is our ideal time to eat, maximum by 1 o'clock if possible. Okay, when sun is at peak. So that is pitta predominant. Now, last part I want to mention, generally, you have to get up at Brahma Muhurat, so we have to sleep as early as possible, that is between 8 to 10. Okay, after sunrise, after sunset, if you are sleeping early, if possible. So right now I'm telling you ideal scenario. At least whatever you can possibly pick from this, you can definitely, try to adopt that lifestyle if is it possible for you. So ideal way is to sleep by 10 o'clock max, because that is a kapha oriented period. Yeah, so that is a kapha oriented period, and because of kapha you naturally feel sleepy, lazy, drowsy. Okay, and if you, those people who are not getting sleep, okay, कि रात को नींद नहीं आती, someone has insomnia, so try to sleep early in this phase between 8 to 10. Okay, you will feel that you are getting sleep naturally. If you cross 10 and 1 and 2, then that pitta period starts. Okay, one of the major problem where right now people are feeling acidity or more jalan. So the one more reason, there are many reasons, but one of the main reason is also sleeping late. Okay, when you sleep late, generally that pitta is increasing in your body. Okay, if you also cross pitta phase and if you sleep more late, then also pitta and vata is increasing in the body, and that will also cause further diseases or further problem. So one of the reason is this, that those who are getting sleeping late, okay, unke body mein zyada pitta bada hua hota hai. Okay, and then that pitta is a software, it will cause different problem. For example, it can cause acidity, it can cause burning sensation, it can cause so पित्त बढ़ता है तो bleeding हो सकती है. Okay, पित्त ज्यादा बढ़ता है तो hair fall हो सकता है. So there are multiple things which pitta is governing. Okay, so right, maybe sometimes you're not able to understand why certain things are happening, and we do, like for example, I have a hair fall, I will directly do something on the hair. Okay, I will apply some good shampoo or good hair oil or something that will help, but to certain extent, because I'm not curing the root. Okay, which can be my wrong lifestyle, which is like sleeping habit, which is late, or some food which I'm taking, which is pitta increasing in my body. Okay, so all these things, when you understand, okay, what to do when, okay, then you can design your own diet plan, your lifestyle, and you can understand why things are happening wrong or right in your life. Okay, so that was main part, kapha, pitta, vata. Now another same concept applies to the food when we are eating our food. Okay, for example, your lunch is served. Okay, even during that time, the first phase is kapha, middle is pitta, and end is vata. That's why, because of this, there are certain rules while eating food. Okay, जो आज हम discuss करेंगे. So the first rule which I want to tell you is, whenever you are eating your meal, ideally you should eat sweet first. Okay, which we are doing it wrong. Okay, sweet doesn't mean all the time you have to eat dessert. Okay, so basically in Indian text we understand there are 6 tastes. Okay, 6 tastes, shad ras bolte hain isko. So these are the 6 tastes. What are the 6 tastes? So there is order. The first is a madhur, which is sweet taste. Okay, so sweet taste zaruri nahi hai ki sirf you have dessert or mithai uska hi sweet taste hai. Even the rice is sweet in taste, it is madhur ras. Even the wheat is madhur ras. Okay, so the first is whatever you are served with, first you have to consume anything having madhur ras. So our staple, the main food will be always with madhur ras, and always madhur ras is more. So there is an order. So first sweet, then sour, khatta, salty, khara, then spicy, okay, tikha, bitter, fifth one, bitter is kadwa, and the last is astringent, which is tura. Okay, tura taste generally बहुत लोगों ने experience नहीं किया होगा. Tura is astringent, means when you eat, basically your tongue gets shrink little bit. Okay, for example, elim is tura, elim. Okay, then avla also has that tura taste. Then this betel nut, okay, supari. So that is also in tura taste. Okay, so whenever you are served with any form of food, so try to prefer, first rule is you should have shad rasatmak food. मतलब आपके एक meal में make sure you have all 6 tastes available. Okay. For example, if you are cooking in a Indian way, okay, if you are getting food cooked with Indian way with tadka and with all this Indian spices, generally you will have your food with all 6 tastes, because our masale ka dabba itself has so many things. The way we cook our food, we also add some jaggery, okay, nimbu, some mirchi, okay, then we have dhania, jeera, okay, so coriander seed, hing, haldi, because that also has bitter and the astringent taste. Okay, so that is a first takeaway rule, that your food should have, your meals should have shad rasatmak food, all 6 tastes in that meal, and always begin with more. If food is served, so prefer more, the more sweet से कम salty, sour से कम salty से कम तीखा, okay, spicy से कम bitter, and bitter से कम astringent. Okay, so try to follow this rule. Another thing is, generally we all have dessert in the end, but ideally you should have dessert first. Okay, any sweet thing, try to have it before, and end always with bitter and astringent. Okay, because kapha pitta vata is predominant in this series. So if you have bitter and astringent in the end, it will be a good matlab. So what you should end with, what is bitter and astringent. So in India we all have that badi shov, okay, some of the mukhras or mouth fresheners. So all this, if you are having traditional, like there is this suwa, then fennel seeds, all are having this bitter and astringent taste. Okay, so you can add like we have this mango seeds, some mouth freshener made, so that is all bitter and astringent. So try to have end with that thing. Okay, even the supari people used to have. Even pan is the good option, because pan has that katha and chuna, which also has this astringent and bitter taste. Okay, so this is the one thing which which we are commonly making mistake, where we are having dessert in the end. Another rule while eating is, try to eat the food which is heavy in digestion, or which is little heavier to digest earlier compared to the one which is little lighter. Okay, for example, your meal is served with laddu or kheer or rabdi. So try to, anyways it is madhur, so anyways first, but it is also heavy. You cannot have like 5 bowls of that. Okay, so it is comparatively heavy. Even one bowl is also very rich. So that's why anything which is heavy to digest should have first, and which is little lighter, then you can have whatever empty stomach you have, you can fill it with other things. So this is second rule. Third rule while eating, I think, which we all are aware of, you should have 1/3 place, you have to keep it empty of your hunger. Okay, so whatever your hunger is, if you divide it into 4, so half should be filled with the gross food which we eat, 1/4 with liquid, including everything, whatever liquid, water. Okay, so that is one. And 1/4 you should keep empty for air and space. Okay, it needs some movement to move, and also some space to move, and also to digest. This is a very good ideal way. In yoga it is called mitahar. Okay, the word is mitahar. In different religion it has already this concept is there, like jitni bhook hai usse thoda kam khana, where you feel I have to stop here before, matlab I can have one more, there you can stop. So jitni bhook hai usse thoda kam khana, all in all the meals, your lunch and dinner. Okay, so that is very important thing to remember while eating food. So this rules can also help us. Okay, now I'm coming to a few important concepts, which is Rutucharya. I will highlight on Rutucharya, Dinacharya, and some other important concepts. So in India, we have 6 seasons. Okay, broadly we have winter, summer, and monsoon. So those 3 seasons are divided into again two. So there are 6 seasons. So the first season is, we begin with, then it is Hemant Rutu. Hemant. Okay. So I'll tell you the duration. If you are able to write or remember, otherwise I can share some small printout with the group and you will get it. Okay. So Hemant Rutu is approximately 23rd October to 21st December. That is Hemant. Okay, where it is a winter period, 23rd October to 21st December. That is approximate, like sometime plus and minus, but this is a rough period of Hemant Rutu. Hemant is again winter season in India. Okay, so wherever people are staying, like if someone is staying abroad, okay, so they can also follow some concept of Rutucharya. Rutucharya means what? It is a seasonal regime. Okay, like every season when it changes, we also have to change our diet and our lifestyle. We are not changing. That is a main problem which we are facing, because of which this. Okay, so Hemant Rutu is 23rd October to 21st December. Shishir Rutu after Hemant, which is again Thandi ki end part, that is 21st December to 22nd February. Okay, so right now we are discussing winter, Hemant, and Shishir. So total it is 23rd October to 21st December Hemant, 21st December to 22nd February is Shishir. Okay, so what one should, there are some must, okay, some do's and some don'ts. Jisko Sanskrit mein we call it pathya and apathya. Pathya means you have to do, you have to follow, and apathya means you have to avoid or don'ts. Okay, so I'm giving you some list for winter. Here Hemant and Shishir will have almost similar kind of a do's and don'ts. Okay, so now understand the basic concept. See, what happens is when there is a winter season, the weather is very much pleasant. Okay, and although you are in Mumbai or wherever, generally you will feel the effect of that weather. Like you will have a dry skin. Okay, you will feel that dryness, you will feel that cold. Okay, so what happens generally out of this kapha vata pitta? So in our body, basically, because of the cold weather outside, the kapha out of this 3, kapha pitta vata, the kapha, what happens is it gets thickened in our body. Okay, जैसे जम जाता है. How if you keep clarified butter in the fridge, okay, or ghee, if there is cold weather, so what will happen to the ghee? It will become thick. Okay, or if you have kept in the fridge, what will happen to the ghee? It will become thick. It will not melt. So same happens with the kapha in our body. Okay, so what happens is in our body, basically kapha is getting stored. Okay, right now because weather is cold, it will not melt. It will be stored. So that's why in Hemant Rutu we feel so there is more kapha inside our body. That is one thing. And because of the weather is cold outside, our digestive fire is at peak. Okay, so like out of all these 6 rutu, the best rutu to relish food or to have more food is the winter season. Okay, and ideally if you see all the festivals of winter season, there is such tradition only to, like for example Diwali. Okay, so in Diwali we exchange sweets. Okay, because that time you can have more heavier food, then also it will digest. But compare like other season, if you have heavy food like all this mithai or sweets or dessert more often, it will cause a problem because digestion is weak during other time. Okay, so winter season digestion is very, very good. It is at peak. Okay, and everything resolve around your digestion, whatever food, because right now we are talking about food. So many people have question, what should I have, what should I not have? so many questions you have, but the bottom line is you should eat whatever you can digest. Okay, because so many times some superfood or some healthy food is healthy, but it will not suit you. Okay, so you always have to have as per your own prakriti, in the sense what suits you. For example, if I give orange juice to 3 people, okay, so it will not have same effect to all 3. Okay, किसी को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, किसी को कुछ ज्यादा हो जाएगा. Okay, for someone it will be mild. So everything, even in your family, you will feel that for example, you have heard so many people, किसी ने खट्टा खाया है. For example, some sour food, like so many people are allergic to nimbu, so many people are allergic to imli. If they eat imli, there is a problem, otherwise there is no problem. Okay, so likewise, you choose the food which suits you. For example, some are common food which will cause, for example, vata increasing food are more pulses. Okay, like if you're eating more pulses, that is also vatakar. Then tur dal, potato, green peas. Okay, so some of the veggies and grains and pulses are also vatakar, so that we understand that is common. Okay, but something will personally not suit you, so you have to make a list of that, what doesn't suit you. Okay, so yeah, we are coming to winter season, so digestion is very good, so that's why we have to eat more healthier food. Okay, and more nutritive food. What do you mean by nutritive food? So we can eat the food which is strength giving. Okay, which is made up of all the spices of India. Okay, so that's why winter season in India we have different pak. If you have heard this word pak, like for example, we have khajur pak. Okay, then coconut pak. Pak is all the like all the sweets, okay, which are specially, let's say urad ke dal ke laddu, ya dink ke laddu. Okay, the gum laddu, all this are winter specific food. So if you are having that, that will also basically, digestive fire is very much on the peak. That's why whatever you are eating, it will get digested. And if you are not eating, some people who are doing diet in this month will be it is not good for them, because generally if you are not putting the desired amount of food, it will start having nutrition from the sapta dhatu or from the body itself. Okay, which will weaken us more. So that's why this winter season you should relish food, try to eat and whatever is available that time. If you see, basically in nature, food is available as per the season only, and whenever we need that. Like in winter, we have red tomatoes available in the market, red carrots. Okay, you will find even some like leafy vegetables are busy specifically for winter. Even some greens, like for example, this Gujarati people make this undia, okay, which has all the papri and beans and all the ratalu, kanda. All this is also part of their season. Some vegetable are winter specific. Some fruits are winter specific. Okay, so choose that only, because that food itself is a medicine. Okay, कोई भी चीज कुदरत में तभी आती है जब भी उसकी जरूरत होती है. Okay, but what we do is we eat everything 365 days, which causes a problem. Okay, so try to be more alert, like when what is available. So that is winter season. What one should not do in winter season. Okay, so try to eat, avoid bitter. Okay, some people are 365 days having bitter. So this is not the season for bitter. Okay, so every day if you're taking neem shots or something, if you have some problem, so koi bhi cheez 365 days nahi karni hai. This is another golden rule. Don't do anything 365 days. If you are doing something, do it for some days, some months, again keep a break, again do it, but don't do it every day. Okay, bhale wo cheez kitni bhi achhi ho, and again not in excess. Okay, anything, everything, whatever it is good, but try to have in moderation. Okay, because ati sarvatra varjate. So try to avoid bitter. Also try to avoid more dry things. What are the dry things? Like popcorn, kurmura, then khakra. Okay, so try to avoid. If you want to have in this season, apply oil or ghee on it and then have it, because it will create more dryness. Anyways, there is dryness. Okay, so if you are adding dry food inside, it will create more dryness. Okay, you don't need to sleep in the afternoon, because even those who are sleeping in the afternoon, this is in general ideal thing, unki body mein bhi cough badhta hai. Okay, so this is common for Hemant and Shishir Ritu. What food you can take as a medicine for this season? If you have heard of mulethi, jeshti mad, okay, so that is good because cough is increasing in the body. Okay, power nap is okay. Yes, you can lie down at the left side after eating food. That is called Vama Kukshi. So that is advisable. You can sit in Vajrasana after food. You can take a power nap. Even sitting, you can lie down, but not sleeping for 2-3 hours in the afternoon. That is considered as sleep. Okay. Then what else you can include in this winter season? Sesame seeds, which is til. Okay, jaggery is a very good option. Like from summer to winter, if you are switching, switch to good to sugar to jaggery. Okay, try to use more jaggery because jaggery is little garam compared to sugar. Okay, the if you have heard the word तासीर और इट इज हॉट और कोल्ड, मतलब कोई चीज हमको गर्म लगती है, कोई चीज ठंडी होती है. ओके, उसका एक उसको बोलते हैं संस्कृत में वीर्य. Okay, and it is called tasir also. Like some are causing heat in the body, some are matlab they themselves are heating or cooling. So likewise jaggery is little heating and sugar is cooling. So in winter you can prefer more jaggery. Okay, til, sesame seeds, then peanuts. Okay, which basically everything which has natural oil in it, coconut. Okay, then you can have soot, dry ginger powder, that is soot, haldi. Okay, because in winter season you also get that peela haldi, amba haldi, which is natural, like a ginger from a ginger family. So try to use that also in your diet as a pickle or as a sabzi. Okay, have little every day, because that is also give you heat also. It is a very good antiseptic and overall needed medicine for that season. Fine. So if you balance this food, okay, you will not fall sick in Hemant Ritu, especially winter season. Another very important lifestyle change, there one must take sunlight in this season. Okay, we will see that again sunlight you don't need to take 365 days. In some season you have to avoid taking sunlight. Okay, so especially in this winter season, taking sunlight is very important. If possible, if you have time, you can do malish. Okay, oil massage or malish, you can do it yourself. Okay, if you don't have time for full body, at least put oil in the head, ear, okay, belly and feet. Head, ear, belly, okay, navel button ke around, and feet पे लगाना है oil every day. So that is also part of dinacharya also. In dinacharya it is called massage. Okay, oil massage. So the term is abhyanga. Okay, abhyanga. And after that you have to do powder massage. Jaise small babies we do it, we apply that besan ka aata, haldi, milk, makhan. So all this is actually shahi aapko roast karna hai. This is part of dinacharya. This is a actual shahi snan, and without chemicals also, and it is good for the skin also, and even season wise it has many benefits. Okay, so you can use any dry atta, preferably besan, which is chane ki dal ka atta, or moong dal. If you're allergic to besan, moong dal ka atta, rice flour. Okay, so anything coarse you can just after applying oil, just take bath with that. You can add malai, okay, cream of milk or makhan, anything is okay, or rose water is okay, or normal pani is also okay. So that is urdhvartan, dry powder massage. Okay, so dry powder massage is also advisable in dinacharya. So in dinacharya it begins with getting up at brahma muhurat. Okay, then ye season mein ya all season mein dinacharya same rahegi. Maybe ingredient can vary as per season. So getting up early, clearing the motion and everything, the daily routine. After that, the first thing you should have, right now again we are doing the common mistake. What we do is, the first thing we put in our mouth is a toothpaste, which is sweet in taste. Okay, so yahan pe sweet ras pehle nahi lena hai, it is ulta. Okay, you should start your day with bitter and astringent. Okay, So what can be the bitter and astringent? So earlier people used to have that neem stick. Okay, if it is available with you, you can use that. Or there are various tooth powder which is called Dant Manjan. Okay, but make sure, and even you can make your own Dant Manjan at home, choosing all the bitter and the astringent ingredient. Okay, you can use salt in it, you can use aluminate, which are good for overall oral health. Okay, choose such ingredient. Coal is there. Okay, there are many, even the, when we are choosing the stick, that can be all the stick of a bitter and the astringent trees. For example, mango, you can have mango stick, you can have like the branch of the tree, mango, then karanj, then neem is very much easily available. Okay, any is okay, but it has to be bitter and astringent, and it has to be आपकी उंगलियों में जितना, and also size of your little finger. Okay, so begin your day with that bitter and astringent. Make sure that you're doing this, because this is a very important health tip. If you will do this, you will realize many plus positive slowly. Okay, it will also help in digestion, it will also help in purifying.
I think this is.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Are you back?
Yeah.
Yes, you are
Yeah.
audible.
Actually, the participants were a little concerned when your video went off. So yeah, please continue.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I was talking about the tooth powder. Okay, you can also add trifla in it. Okay, which is amla powder, baheda. Okay, trifla is made with amla, baheda, and harde. Okay, so you can add those powders also in your dantamanjan. You can make your own. You can add salt in it. Fine. So try to use that first thing. Then after that, you can use oil pulling. The oil you can use in Ayurveda, it is called gandush. Okay, so oil pulling is also very important for oral health, even for thyroid. Okay, so you have to take, and whenever I'm using the word oil, either of two oil you can use. One is the sesame oil, which is til oil. Okay, white on black, both are good. Black is more better. Okay, so you can use any, but try to use cold pressed oil, not chemical with preservatives. So take oil. So in winter, in monsoon, you can use sesame oil. And whenever there is summer, especially right now, which is October heat or summer heat, you can switch to coconut oil for oil pulling. Okay. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
So sorry for the network. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So that is called oil pulling or gandush. Okay. Clove in the morning with warm water. First thing, yeah, you can have clove also, but maybe as a part of, so first you have to clean your mouth before you put anything inside. Okay. Like empty without doing tooth powder, without using, you cannot use anything. Even pani pina, and try to first brush and then, otherwise all this whatever is stuck on the tongue will go inside. This is not good, because again that is one needs to eliminate. Okay, so the order again, so after you do your tooth powder, use gandush. Okay, you can also apply oil to the gum, so that is gum protecting oil. And then you have to do the massage if possible every day, or at least twice, or maybe weekend, you whatever your schedule is. Ideally this is part of dinacharya, you have to do it every day. It is called abhyanga, applying oil. Urdhvartan, dry powder massage. Okay, so no need to use soap. Okay, so that is one. So after that you can get ready. This is part of your dinacharya. Okay, try to use natural shampoo without chemical. So again, try to reduce chemical from your life as much as possible, because we are, from morning to night, make a list how many chemicals you are using. Okay, brushing ke liye ek, toothpaste is another, soap is another, shampoo, deodorant, okay, shaving cream, moisturizer. Okay, then if you are cleaning the floor, then that is also chemical. If you are whatever you are using for cleaning the vessel, that is also chemical. Cloth जिससे धो रहे हो वो भी chemical है. After all, everything will affect you. Your skin absorbs. Okay, microwave, so many things. Okay, we are just bombarded with chemical. Then all the non-stick pans and kadai all are chemical. Okay, till night you make a list how many chemicals we are bringing in our house and we are using. Try to reduce as much as possible. Okay, so if you understand this and if you follow that, it is not that difficult to follow. Okay, you just need to adopt that lifestyle, and if you feel you need to, then only you will do it. Fine. So this is part of dinacharya. So I was on winter season, so same dinacharya you have to follow in all season, just change the ingredient. Okay, even in kapha season, now next what we will be discussing, that time you can do oil pulling of honey also. Okay, sometime you can do oil pulling with hot water also. If you don't feel oil is comfortable, you can do it with hot water also, but it should be lukewarm. Fine. So now we are moving to next season, which is Vasant season, Vasanta Rutu. Okay, so we already saw Hemant and Shishir, which was the winter season. Now this Vasanta Rutu begins with 19 February to 22nd April. Okay, so this is a early time of summer. So what happens in this, as we discussed earlier, that winter, all the kapha was storing inside. Now it will start melting in Vasant season. And we will feel achanak say, I'm feeling cough and cold. So basically that time kapha wants to come out. Otherwise, if it will be inside, it will cause imbalance. And what we do it, generally we pop a pill and we try to keep it inside. It is coming out naturally, let it come out. Okay. So if it is excess, it will come out whatever. That time kapha will melt, and इसीलिए वसंत ऋतु को it is called kapha का प्रकोप. प्रकोप मतलब क्या? In Vasant season, people will have all the diseases which are predominated by kapha. So one of the disease which is predominated by kapha is also diabetes. Okay. So in Ayurveda, there are different types of diabetes, like how we have type 1 and type 2. But in Ayurveda, they have kapha-oriented diabetes, pitta-oriented diabetes, and vata-oriented diabetes. So that's why there is no single medicine even for all 5 diabetic people also. If 5 people are coming to me, so there will be no single medicine, because some will be pitta predominant, some will be kapha predominant, some will be vata predominant. Okay. So one of the diseases, diabetes, then it can have skin disease. Skin disease is also, अगर आपको किसी को भी ऐसे सुना है कि skin disease है, okay, there is a kapha मतलब उसकी body में कफ बढ़ गया है, that is another reason of skin disease. If there is excess kapha in the body, there is also skin disease. Even there is swelling somewhere, that is also sign that kapha is excessive in the body. Okay, so Vasant Rutu, basically if you understand, it's a spring, so everywhere there is a new creation from February to April. So what one should do in this season? So right now I'm saying do's now of Vasant Rutu, 19 February to 22nd April. So one should have more bitter, more astringent and spicy, because it will help to help to eliminate kapha naturally. If you have more bitter, kadwa, tikha and tura. Okay, so that one should do. One should avoid more sweet, sour and salty, because that was part of earlier season. Winter में ज़्यादा sweet, sour and salty खाना था, but right now in Vasant Rutu, one should have more bitter. And that's why if you see the festival of this season, Vasant Rutu, you will see there is Holi, there is Gudi Padwa. Okay, even so many festival, if you whatever you are following, if you go and see traditionally, you will see there is a same diet, because in Gudi Padwa also, if you see, people put that neem on the gudi. Okay, and so many people eat neem ka chutney. So you should include neem in your diet in this Vasant Rutu, February to 22nd April. So neem is a medicine of that season. रोज नहीं लेना है, but ये season में compulsory लेना है. Okay, so anything bitter, neem hai, then kadu kiryat, if you have heard kadu and kiryat. Okay, so that you can have, methi you can have, anything bitter is good. Okay, another thing you should include is a dry thing, because kapha is coming out, so it has to add dry, jiski wajah se wo cough, kadwa, tikha, tura and dry, these two things are medicine for this season. In Holi, what we do, if you remember, we go around this fire, okay, and we add something dry. Okay, we add that dhani, kurmura, okay, coconut. So that is actually the medicine for that season. हम लोग क्या करते कि वो fire में डाल के आ जाते, but what about this fire? You also have to add it in digestive fire. Okay, वहां पे सिर्फ डाल के नहीं आना है, खुद भी खाना है. So that is the significance actually, that you should add that dry inside also. Okay, so and in this season, even exercise changes, like in winter we have, because there is cold, so we had different type of exercise in, and especially in Vasant Rutu, it is advisable that you should sweat a lot. Okay, आपको सबसे ज्यादा कभी भी exercise करनी है, तो this is the season, Vasant Rutu, any form of exercise. Okay, and that is mandatory in this season, because it will help to reduce and eliminate kapha naturally. Okay, even taking sunlight is advisable. Then what one can have as a medicine, so tulsi is good in this season, ginger, adu, adrak. Okay, that is good. Neem, I already told you, bitter neem, kadwa neem, pudina, clove, that is good. Another very good flower or medicine you can say for this season, if you have heard of palash, have you seen the orange color flower? Palash ke flower bolte hain, usko Gujarati mein kesoda bolte hain. Okay, generally those flower come before Holi only. And in earlier days, what people used to do is, they used to take that flower and usko pani mein bhigote hain, to it it release their color, orange color, and people used to play Holi with that color, which was natural. And what was the reason? Because this flower kesoda are very cooling. Okay, and it will help you to prevent the heat of the, especially this February to April. So that's why you can have kesude se aap nahane ke pani mein dal do, either flowers, yeah, you can have juice, or you can just put it in the bucket and just put it on other and play Holi. So it is called kesuda or palash ke flowers. Okay, even dates are good option in this season. Okay, all these are basically helping to reduce or eliminate kapha from the body. What one should avoid in Vasant Rutu? Okay, as I told you, sweet, sour, salty, too much nahi khana hai. Main 6 taste hona chahiye, but not too much. Fridge ka khana preferably nahi ye season mein. Dopahr mein sona allowed nahi. Afternoon nap, okay, mini nap is okay. Then sticky things you have to avoid. What people generally we all do is, February, April jaise aata hai, we start having sugarcane juice, we start having watermelon, muskmelon, even people start eating mango also. Okay, but it is little early, because in this season it is not the good thing to do. Okay, this is very important season, which we generally miss. Okay, because we are not aware ke ye ek season hai before summer, actual summer shuru hota पहले ये वसंत है, जब भी हमको स्वीट फ्रूट्स नहीं खाने हैं, नो शुगर केन, नो मैंगो, नो वाटरमेलन. You can eat around 15th April onwards you can eat. Okay, so generally 22nd April this Rutu is ending. So before that 7 days you can start eating the next season's food. Okay, in Ayurveda this is called Rutu Sandhi. Rutu Sandhi matlab kya? When one season is getting over and other is beginning. Okay, so when one season is going, uske last 7 days, and the season which is coming, uske first 7 days, this 15 days is called Rutu Sandhi, and majority people get sick in that season because weather is changing suddenly and we are not making changes in our food and lifestyle. Okay, so this is ideal that whenever one Rutu is going, uska food taper off karke kam kar do, and whenever new season is coming, uska taper off karke badana, and this smooth switching over should happen. Okay, one is reducing, one is increasing, and then finally you are switching over. So if you do that, you will not fall sick. So same with Vasant Rutu. When Vasant Rutu is ending, all the Rutu, but Vasant Rutu is main Rutu Sandhi because it will take you completely from winter to summer. So you have to be careful in this season. So no sticky things is one thing. Now I'm coming quickly to Grishma Rutu. Grishma, the duration is 22nd April to 21st June, which is Yoga Day. Okay, so it is ending of the Grishma Rutu. So Grishma is a peak summer. Abhi ye season mein, now you have everything. You have mango, you have watermelon, muskmelon. Basically, even in nature, you will find to get the basically to beat this heat, you have all the fruits with more water content. Okay, naturally it is available in Grishma Rutu, which is end of the summer, 22nd April to 21st June. So what you have to have, again, watermelon, muskmelon, kachi keri, uska juice which is called panna. Okay, mango, black grape, pomegranate. Okay, nimbu, dates, all this, even sugarcane juice, lassi, shrikhand, buttermilk, cucumber. Okay, all this is advisable in this season. Try to wear more lighter cloth, more cotton cloth in summer. Okay, have cold water bath. And what to avoid in this season, two important thing to avoid in peak summer, that is not too much of salt. Okay, because it is peak summer, lot of heat. Okay, so reduce little quantity of salt. Also little oily. Okay, मतलब ज्यादा डीप फ्राइड चीजें रोज नहीं खाने, कभी कभार इट्स ओके. एंड मेन थिंग टू अवॉइड इज एक्सर्शन एंड सनलाइट. ओके, बहुत जैसे जानबूझ के सन में बैठ के 2 घंटे धूप नहीं लेनी है. इट इज नॉट एडवाइजेबल बिकॉज इट इज नॉट गुड इन दैट सीजन. Okay, so that is Grishma Rutu. Now I'm coming to, after that, very important Rutu, which is Varsha. Okay, what is the duration of Varsha? Varsha Rutu is 21st June se leke 23rd August. Okay, 21st June, 23rd August. Now the lowest digestive fire is in Varsha. Okay, June to August, sabse lowest. So those people who have digestive issues, constipation, okay, gases, it will peak more in this season because anyway season is such, digestion is the poor. Okay, so you have to have you have to be very much careful. And jaise Vasant Rutu is predominance of kapha, likewise this Varsha Rutu, June to August, is a predominance of Vata. वात मतलब क्या कि आपके बॉडी में एक्स एंड पेन्स जहां भी हो रहे हैं, दैट इज गवर्न बाय वात. ओके, इफ यू हैव एनीवेयर एक एंड पेन इन द बॉडी, you understand by default that in your body or that area vata is more. And to reduce vata, and if you know, basically vata is the main problem out of kapha pitta vata. Why? Because vata, matlab kapha and pitta are not very much mobile compared to vata. So if vata increases in the body, it will naturally increase your kapha and pitta in the body, so it will create more imbalance. And in Ayurveda, there are 80 types of disease mentioned which are happening because of Vata. Okay, including paralysis, sciatica, knee pain, back pain. Even if you have toothache, you will feel that it will be more. जिसको होता है, उसको बारिश में ज़्यादा होगा. Okay, you will feel, anywhere there is a pain, there is Vata. And to reduce Vata, the main best remedy is oil, or you can call it heated oil. Okay, lukewarm oil. क्योंकि garam and oil, they are opposite of vata, because this is lubrication and this is hot. Okay, so whenever you have pain anywhere, first thing what you should do, or do it regularly if you are a more vata oriented prakriti where you have pains in joints and aches and pains, do oil massage every day. Sesame oil, if you have nothing at home, try to use it cold press, or coconut oil. Okay, make it little lukewarm and apply wherever you have pain, you apply. So that is a very good remedy. And otherwise, out of in Ayurveda we have panch karma, like in yoga how we have shat karmas, we have that jalaneti and vaman, trata, kapal bhati. So in Ayurveda we have panch karma, okay, out of which it is basti, which is called enema, okay, virechan, vaman, nasya is putting oil drop in the nose. Okay, all these are the panch karma, treatment, and rakta moksha. So in this season वर्षा ऋतु, जिसको बहुत गैस का प्रॉब्लम होता है, बहुत डाइजेशन इश्यूज हमेशा रहते हैं, they can do 1 year में one time detox करा सकते हैं. They can do either detox with basti or they can do detox with vaman or virechan. So that will remove all the toxins, and then finally you are adding some good things. It will create a good effect. Okay, so what one should do quickly in Varsha Ritu, I said main 2-3 ingredients in Varsha Ritu which can work as a medicine. One is Nimbu. Okay, because in Varsha Ritu, to get rid of this problem what we have, and because of the weather, Nimbu is a very good medicine. Okay, so one should have that. Even jo vaat ko kam kare, okay, like hing, asafoetida, then ajwain, carom seeds. Okay, then dry ginger powder, soot, all are the you use it more also in your food that time, and you can use it otherwise also, maybe after eating food or before eating food. You can have sendhav namak, which is sendhav salt, and one small piece of ginger that you can have, because that is also appetizer and it will also digest it, this ginger and salt combination. Okay, so that is also advisable before eating food. It will help you both. आपको भूख भी बढ़ाएगा, क्योंकि generally in this season we have a lot of indigestion, not feeling hungry. Okay, so that is advisable. And one more thing very specially advisable in this season is fasting, as per your limitations. Okay, whatever suits you, that amount of fasting you adopt in Varsha Ritu. Again, what one should avoid is lot of dry things, because anyways vata is more drying. Okay, try to use less liquid, not too much liquid, not too much water. Every meal every meal in the sense before lunch. Okay, this ginger and salt before lunch you can have. Yeah. And now quick last, I'm coming to Sharad Ritu. Sharad is 24th August to 22nd October. So right now we are in Sharad Ritu. Okay, एंड जिन लोगों को एसिडिटी होती है, बहुत पित्त बढ़ता है, जलन होती है, ब्लीडिंग होता है, यू मेक श्योर आप अभी नेक्स्ट टाइम में नोटिस करना, इट विल हैपन ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम इन शरद ऋतु, बिकॉज शरद ऋतु इज अ प्रीडोमिनेंस ऑफ पित्त, वर्षा ऋतु इज प्रीडोमिनेंस ऑफ वात, वसंत ऋतु फेब्रुआरी was kapha predominant, and pitta ka predominance is sharad ritu, which is 24th August to 22nd October. Okay, abhi ye season mein humko kya karna hai, this season August to October, and we understand this is a October heat. Okay, so one should have food which is ऐसे food select करो जो खुद ठंडे हो, okay, जो शीतल हो, cooling हो नेचर में, जो liquid ही हो, okay, जो sweet भी हो. So वैसा एक deadly combination है, वो है milk. Okay, that's why if you will see the festival again in Sharad Ritu, okay, there is this Shrad example जिसमें खीर बनाते हैं. Then also we have Navratri and Karwa Chauth and Sharad Purnima, because in this season, because there is pitta, okay, more heating, there is a predominance of taking moonlight. जैसे ठंडी में सनलाइट का इंपॉर्टेंट है, वैसे शरद ऋतु में मूनलाइट का इंपॉर्टेंस है. सो इफ पॉसिबल फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू, होल शरद ऋतु you go on terrace, okay, and try. So it is not only taking moonlight, that is one thing, this will give you benefit, but one more thing advisable is you should play some games or some form of dance or anything which makes you sweat under the moonlight. Okay, इसीलिए आप अगर एसी में गरबा खेल रहे हो, it will not serve the purpose. that's why Navratri is in this season, and Navratri रात को इसलिए खेलते हैं because there is a moonlight significance. Okay, even the Karwa Chauth, even the Sharad Purnima, where moonlight are penetrating in the food, and if you are having that food, that will give you immense, basically it will reduce your pitta also, and it will prepare you for further season. Okay, one more very important thing about Sharad Rutu, it is the deadliest season among all. ओके, सो आयुर्वेद में इसको रोगों की माता बोला है, या वैदों की माता. वैदों की माता मतलब मेजोरिटी लोग अगर डॉक्टर के पास कोई सीजन में जाएंगे, इट इज शरद ऋतु. ओके, एंड इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड द डेविल्स ऋतु और यम की ऋतु, बेसिकली बिकॉज देर आर लॉट ऑफ डेथ रेट इन शरद ऋतु. एंड इन आयुर्वेदा पीपल गिव दिस ब्लेसिंग. if someone's birthday is there, or if I want to give blessing to someone, in Ayurveda they give blessing that may you live 100 Sharad. Okay, this is a blessing, so one can understand how much significant or important is the Sharad Rutu. Okay, may you clear Sharad Rutu. आप 100 शरद पास करो, ऐसा आशीर्वाद देते हैं कि आप 100 शरद जियो. Okay, so that is the deadliness of the Sharad, कि बहुत dangerous होती है. Okay, so हमको क्या क्या ध्यान रखना है? So in Sharad Rutu, एक तो milk is a very good option. Okay, cow's milk, and that too A2 means the cow with the hump, basically. Okay, that is a Indian breed of the cow. Then Sitafal is a good option because that is available in this season. Sitafal. Pomegranate is also good for reducing pitta. Chandan, rose. Okay, natural. So either you eat gulkan or in any form gulkan or rose petals. So that is also good. Badi soap, variadi. Okay, even some form of bitter is advisable for reducing pitta right now. So Karela is good option, even neem to certain, in little amount. So maybe you can have it twice a week or so, something bitter in this season. Okay, and also white cloth, light cloth, you can wear moti ki mala, gajra, okay, whatever possible, because try to use more white to reduce pitta. And what one should avoid: more spicy, more sour, because pitta is anyways khatta, tikha, jalan. Okay, so if you have a problem or don't have a problem, you have to follow this. This is an ideal scenario to basically as a preventive aspect to not to get sick. Okay, so avoid sour, spicy, तीखा, fried. बहुत धूप में भी अभी allowed नहीं है, धूप लेना, घूमना धूप में बहुत. Okay, one thing which is prohibited in this season is curd, dahi. You can have buttermilk, but वो proper motion में दही का buttermilk में conversion होना बहुत जरूरी. You should convert that dahi into buttermilk, then only it will become buttermilk. You cannot just churn it and give, okay, take the buttermilk. It is not like that. It has to be properly churned to convert curd into buttermilk. So otherwise it will give you effect of curd only. Okay, if you have not churned it properly. So try to avoid dahi in this season, because as per Ayurveda, dahi jo hai na, it is called abhishani. Matlab it will increase vata pitta kapha, तीनों को वो बढ़ाता है, imbalance करता है. Okay, so try to reduce that in this season, especially Sharad Rutu. Also less tea, less garlic, onion. Okay, all this rajasic thing less in Sharad Rutu, because it will then keep the pitta in balance. Okay, so we discuss all 6 Rutu. The main thing you need to again remember, try you can make a chart कि कभी ऋतु कितने से कितने हैं and what one should have and avoid and how to change. Then it will be slowly you will be used to it, and easily you can shuffle. Okay, so this was about Rutucharya. Now in Rutucharya also, I need to make a few points. Wherever you are, okay, wherever you are staying, try to use things which are regional, मतलब जो वहां पे grow हो रहे हैं. जैसे right now you are in Mumbai, and if you are using olive oil, that will not serve the purpose, because olives are not growing here. They are very much heating, okay, by nature. Uska taasir bahut garam hai, and it is not suiting the weather which we are living in. So if you are going in some cold place or wherever olives are growing, if you are having olives there, that will be a good option. Okay, so try to use things which, like in Maharashtra we are, so choose oil also accordingly. Something will be common, something you have to choose specifically whatever is growing in that area. Okay, especially vegetable, grain, pulses. So try to use that which is regional, which is seasonal. These two things are very, very important. And the third is what is suiting you. Okay, I told you common thing कि ये season specific है, but वो आपको suit होना चाहिए. If I tell you कि eat watermelon in ग्रीष्म ऋतु, but watermelon सबको suit नहीं करता. किसी को उससे पित्त बढ़ता है, किसी को उससे गैस होता है. Okay, so आपको क्या suit कर रहा है वो आपको देखना है. And आप otherwise you can eat everything. The bottom line is it should digest. अगर digest नहीं हो रहा है, then is the problem. Okay, then वो सड़ेगा, उसमें toxins बनेंगे, which is called AMA, and that will create further problem, which will cause imbalance. Okay, so you see whatever you are eating is digesting easily. And what will be the sign of good digestion? You will feel hungry. Okay, proper hunger, not psychological hunger. You will get good sleep, you will get up fresh, you will get up early, you will not feel heavy, you will not feel too much tired unnecessarily. Okay, yeah. So this is about Rutucharya. We spoke about Dinacharya. Okay, Dinacharya mein one more thing you can add is Nasya. What you can do is every day you can just dip your little finger in ghee and you can just add, just apply in the nostril and suck in. That's it. This is called, this is a minor version of Nasya. Okay, actual Nasya treatment is different where you are putting oil, but otherwise daily आपको ये करना है कि just dip little finger in pure ghee, apply it inside and suck it in. So that is also part of Nasya, is also part of Dinacharya. Okay, so we saw some part of Dinacharya, Rutucharya. Okay, honey and water in the morning basically. One more last concept I want to focus on, which we are commonly doing mistake on. It is a Viruddha Ahar concept. Viruddha Ahar means what? Opposites. Okay, so some common opposites I'm just saying. So basically with milk, okay, generally majority things are opposite, like milk and salt is opposite. Okay, any food if you are having, for example, pasta, if you have added milk and salt together, it is opposite. It is, and opposite food will cause a lot of problems in the body. Maybe it's like a slow poison, but it will show the effect, like skin disease are happening sometime because of the opposite food. Okay, so skin disease में बहुत सारी categories है, वो सब आ जाती है. Okay, so milk and salt, then milk and fruits. Okay, mango is okay, but वो भी ripe होना चाहिए, कोई भी खट्टी चीज नहीं. So if you are having pineapple ice cream, that is opposite. Okay, even onion, garlic, tomato with milk is also opposite. So milk को try करो जितना अलग पी सको. Okay, कोई भी नाश्ते के साथ ले रहे हो तो salt तो है ही उसमें. So try to do it. अगर possible है तो, नहीं possible है and your body is used to, then maybe you have got this, okay, हो गया है. But try not to do it like this. Even too much heat and cold. Okay, like you are sitting in AC and suddenly you are coming in very much hot space. And one more thing is you cannot heat honey, because the common question is, can we have hot water and honey? You can have lukewarm, very much lukewarm water with honey, but you never boil honey. Okay, honey ko kabhi bhi garam nahi karte, it is a poison. Jaise if you are making, so many people are right now to make it sugar free, they put oil in the granola bars and in the cake, okay, to bake it, but you cannot heat honey. Okay, so ये एक ध्यान रखना है, honey को heat नहीं करना है. Doodh and curd is also opposite. So many opposites, thanda garam. Okay, try to remember this opposites. At least itna milkshakes are also not advisable, because fruit and milk, you have fruit different, milk different. Okay, so this is also very important. Viruddha ahar thing. You can have lukewarm water, उसमें बाहर निकाल के honey के साथ आप लो, it's okay. But honey को गरम boiling water में मत डालना. It is very much dangerous. Okay, and last thing I want to mention is, whenever you are cooking, cook with good mood. Okay, मन में आपके भाव होने चाहिए to feed someone, because in India we have Lord, God is Annapurna. So you cook with such a orientation that whatever food you are making will do better to all. Okay, and they should feel more like eating. Okay, so whenever you are cooking, you should not have any anger, hatred, or any other negative emotion, because it will harm. Because jaisa anna vaisa man. Okay, even mind has effect on food and food has effect on mind. So while cooking also, you can to avoid unpleasant thing, you can put some mantras, some positive environment, you can chant something. Okay, you can take bath and do it. Then while sitting also for food, right now we are eating, see all these things whatever I told you, it's okay, I understood, this is ideal. But some common mistakes which we are doing is we are not chewing the food. Okay, so we are, so don't only focus on quality, quantity, all this is there, but also chew your food, have the right orientation towards food. Okay, take food as a, you know, something which is very important, because आप food ही है, आप actually you are food. Okay, जो आपने खाया है वो food ही है, this अन्नमय कोश. And this will only form man. The subtler aspect of food will convert into man and also prana, the energy. So food plays a very very important role, because this is the only external, you know, हमारा जो interaction है with external world, this is food. So our food should be very very important, because हमारा मन भी उससे बनेगा, हमारे विचार, हमारा behavior. Okay, so food plays a very important role. इसीलिए we are what we eat. Okay, जो हम खाते हैं वही हम बनते हैं. And food doesn't mean only food which is served. So many things which we are taking as a food for thought. Okay, so वो food भी important है. So our ahar, vihar, which is our lifestyle, vichar. Okay, all this also, you know, it is in coordination will give you a perfect health. So I hope today you got a lot of insight into more preventive aspect to stay healthy, what to eat, what principles to follow while choosing the food. Okay, so try to choose more seasonal, more regional, and as per your प्रकृति, मतलब आपको क्या सूट हो रहा है. भले अभी आपको पता नहीं है, you are kapha vata pitta whatever, but you will understand कि what suits you and what will not suit you. So choose that way. ओके, डोंट गो ऑन कि ये चीज इतनी कैलोरी वाली है या इतना प्रोटीन है इसमें, यह है. व्हाट सूट्स यू, इफ यू चूज दैट वे seasonally and regionally, it will give you automatically a balanced staple diet. Okay, so I think I'll stop here. Thank you so much. नेहा जी.
Ma'am, Neha is having some connectivity issue. She will join in just 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Neha, we can end now. You can take the questions and we can proceed further.
Yes, sure. So that brings us to the end of our event, and hope you all loved it and have learned useful lessons. I think ma'am has shared some really wonderful insights that will stay with all of us. I would like to take a moment to thank our esteemed speaker, Fora ma'am, for taking out time from our busy schedule and addressing the audience. I would also like to thank our faculty mentor of Yogastha, Professor Neeranj Kumkarna, for always supporting us behind our initiatives, and also a round of gratitude for our institute authorities for helping us out with the requisite resources. And finally, the members of the Yogastha team who planned, implemented, and executed this entire event successfully. And finally, a big shout out to the amazing audience that you all have been. Thank you for being so patient, considerate, and punctual. We hope we continue this journey and it does not really end here. And we really wish to see all of you in the upcoming sessions that have been planned. With this, I would just like to take a few questions that have not been answered and request ma'am to answer those. So, ma'am, one of the students wanted to know if drinking water is a really good advice. first thing in the morning. So
Post.
first thing, like as a part of the health.
Yeah. So see, regarding water, there is again a common rule. Okay. Kitna pani peena chahiye. So the answer is very simple. As per your thirst. Okay. Jitni प्यास hai, उतना पानी. And पानी भी we take it for granted. पानी भी बैठ के sip wise पीना चाहिए. Okay. Otherwise we just have water like this, or particular measurement of bottle we have kept to drink that much amount. But yeah, you should have that awareness that whenever you are thirsty, you are having it. Okay. So if you are thirsty in the morning, when you get up, you have water, but it is not like you keep on having unnecessarily. If you are not thirsty also, you are just pouring it. That is not a good idea. Another common question for water is खाने के पहले लेने का कि खाने के बाद. Okay, like so as per the Granth, if we follow, so it is in the middle you can take water. If you take after, so after eating food, you should have a gap of 1.5 hours. Okay, then you consume water. If you gain immediately after you finish your meal, you will gain weight. Okay, and before food, if you are having water, you will lose weight. That is there, but main thing is it will basically, the fire is very much fast, and you are just adding water to it. Okay, so it will pacify your hunger. So again, that is also not good sign, although you will lose weight or as per diet, but otherwise the ideal scenario is you have in between, sip by sip, as per needed. As we discussed, 1/4 should be the water. So you should not excess that, but you can have it during the meal, sip by sip water or any other form of liquid. Okay, first thing, if you are in the morning, if you are having water, that is okay, but you should be thirsty while you are having water and drink sip by sip.
Thank you so much for the answer, ma'am. And one of the participants also wanted to know what is the right food for insomnia?
Right food. Okay, so see, because again, insomnia is a disease. Okay, so one food will help definitely. So you choose food which is naturally giving you sleep, which is like for example, khaskhas is one. Okay, at the time of before sleeping, you can have hot milk. That is one thing. Okay, eating light, not heavy meals. Okay, but that are also, but see, your insomnia is also related to your overall lifestyle, and overall other changes are also needed. For example, this nasya, what I told you, putting oil drop in the nose is a wonderful treatment for insomnia. Okay, so they can have this pratimarsh nasya, like at dipping in the ghee and applying. And if not, they can go for a proper nasya as a panchkarma. That is also very, because nose, whatever problem related to brain and sleep and all, nose is a wonderful medium to put medicine in. Okay, so that's why nasya is very good option. Even putting oil in the ear, that is called karna puran. So that is good. Before sleeping, they can do pranayam, anlom vilom, brahmari. Okay, eating early, keeping proper hours between food. Also, while sleeping, dim the light. Okay, don't have bright light, gadgets off. So try all other things. Have a good clean place for sleeping, good mind. You can take bath also if you're feeling tired and all, and then you can sleep. So I feel all these things will help.
That's actually right. One student also asks, like, how do we as hostelites follow the dincharya, like the do's and don'ts as effectively as possible?
Yeah. So see, I don't know what is your schedule, but something you can follow is just replace your toothpaste with tooth powder. Okay, so you just need to take, instead of that, you take that. That is one thing. I don't know what time is possible to get up, but ideal time is, I think you must be getting up not in Brahma Muhurat, but at least early. That is okay. Okay. Nasya, maybe you can do it, whenever you are getting time, just dip the finger and apply and do it. Okay. Oil massaging, if you have time before taking bath, it is like a small, like how you apply soap, like you apply the oil. Okay, if not powder massage, directly take a bath after you apply oil. But at least every day applying will help. If you have time, it is good. Then maybe one of the Sundays you can do it once a week. That is also all right. And this oil pulling, jisko specially any tooth related problem hai, anything, toothache hai, bad smell hai, okay, taste has gone, all this gandosh, oil pulling and nasya, these two are wonderful treatment. Okay, even if you have toothache or anything, you apply this and see, you will get immediate results. Okay, and it will serve actually the purpose. You will not need to go to the dentist also.
That's very helpful, ma'am. Students also want to know any book recommendations for health that you would personally like to give. Any book recommendations, yeah, book or website, anything else.
See, generally, not specifically.
I think there's some network connection that ma'am is facing. I request all of you to be patient while she joins back.
Yeah, tell me. Sorry, there was.
Workshops.
Yeah, so I was
Yes.
telling you, you can do also some small workshops on Ayurveda, like how to use all this in day-to-day life.
Yes, I think that's really helpful, ma'am. So since we are a little over the time, I would like to quickly wrap the event. I would like to thank you once again and all the audience for the great show that it has been. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, and thank you again, once again, the Yogastha team and IIT Bombay for giving me this opportunity to connect to all of you. And anytime in future, I'll be very much happy to share whatever I have learned and whatever I am using as a housewife in my overall day-to-day life. So definitely thank you so much and most welcome for anything.
Namaste, ma'am. I think we are all lucky to hear. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.